As any other woman on this planet, I criticize my body. I compare it to others, I focus on areas that I think need improvement, and sometimes I can be extremely mean to myself. But I have consciously chosen in my life not to be that woman. I'm practicing different habits. I'm learning how to compliment myself, how to be kind to myself, how to love myself, and how to feel powerful in my own beauty. So if you're a woman who struggles with her self-image, this one's for you. I think the portion of women who speak about confidence is big, but I think the portion of women who have so many parts in their body they're self-conscious about, but they never speak about it, is even bigger. I think it's very natural for us to focus so much on looks because that's what's sort of put in our face. Everything is, airbrushed. And I remember when I was little, I would look through magazines and every single part of the skin would look so smooth and airbrushed. And then I would look at my body and compare and think, why does my skin not look like that? I didn't get that. And I think that's why at such a young age, I already became so self-conscious about my body, and it breaks my heart. And I'll tell you why. Someday I will have a child, and maybe that child will be a daughter. And I suddenly feel this huge responsibility to get my confidence together and strong, because I never want my future child or my future daughter to feel the pressure of looking a certain way. And so that's one of the biggest things that has shifted in me. That's why I have started to work on my confidence way more. That's why I'm making this video, because I see so many young women around me. I'm 26, so in their teens, comparing their bodies to these very real TikTok filters, to actresses and all of that, and it touches a string in my heart because I was that girl. And recently, a little girl, it's not important how and what's the situation, told me that she thought I was really, really beautiful, and she wished that she had my body. And while it was a beautiful compliment, it broke me a little bit because she was very young, and I told her that her body is she's growing, her body is forming, and it's painful because I remember being that girl. I remember looking at TV shows and looking at women. Let's say I was 12 and they were 18, 19, 20, 25, and comparing my little girl's body to these grown women. And it was hard, guys, it was hard. But my point is that I've picked up so many beautiful habits and things in my life that have helped me really look at my body image more healthy, and I want to share that with you. And number one thing is I don't allow myself anymore to compare. This is probably the most important thing of all the things I will tell you, because your self-confidence goes down the minute you start comparing. The minute you start comparing, the minute you put your body or your face next to someone else's and start literally comparing which is better. That's the worst habit you can get into. Even with things that I love in my body. Let's say things I've never felt self-conscious about. Let's say my nose. Have never even thought about it. If I wanted to be that mean to myself, I could go online, pick noses that I think are very beautiful, start comparing, and immediately feel bad about my nose. That's how simple it is. That's how little it takes for you to feel bad about your body image. So if you want to feel powerful, if you want to feel beautiful, because it's not about looking beautiful right now, we will get into the physical things, it's about this part in your brain. If you want to feel powerful, you have to cut off any kind of places that feel toxic to you where you start to compare. Let's say one example could be maybe you're following very airbrushed type of accounts with girls who pretty much always look very, very airbrushed and all of that. And maybe those girls are fantastic. This has nothing to do with them, but maybe for you, Every time you see a picture, you start comparing and you just want to get off of that. Every single time I'm on TikTok a lot because I try to post there a lot, and I see someone, you know, a woman that has something maybe I want. Maybe she has, I don't know, better skin than I do, because you know guys, I'm very obsessed with like skincare. I immediately now catch myself when I start comparing and I go, no, stop. That is her journey, that is her skin, this is my skin. And I have wonderful and beautiful skin. I will not even go there. I will not go there. But it took some practice. It wasn't like this, okay? Because before I would compare subconsciously. And now I catch that thought and I'm like, don't even go there. We are not going there, we are not comparing. So that's number one. The second habit that has really transformed my confidence is building a deep, deep relationship with yourself. I can't stress this enough. I could put this point in every topic, in every video, but it is so, so, so true. Because when you're building a relationship with yourself, when you're talking with yourself, you're sort of looking at yourself as your best friend, which by the way, you should be your own best friend. When you're your own best friend, and you form this relationship and you fall in love with yourself because you're creating this relationship, you're more compassionate. And from all of those areas, you are able to create deep conversations with yourself and you're able to love yourself more. Number 3 is catching the main thing and immediately saying, that's not true. Do not believe that. I said at the beginning of the video how sometimes I can be very mean to myself. And actually, as with many things in my life, Gus pointed that out to me. He's pretty much the only person I say out loud the things that I don't like about myself. And once he was like, listen, you gotta stop this. You are saying so much mean stuff to yourself. And I was like, what do you mean? You know, that's not true. I just say something mean to me sometimes. And he's like, no, lately, all I hear is all the things you think are horrible about you. And of course, first I was very defensive, like, what do you mean? That's not true. But as with everything, you know, it takes some time. I sat back and I was like, I think you are right. I think I didn't even notice how much horrible things I say to myself subconsciously. Now I'm at a place, if I ever do that, and it can be even the smallest things, it can even be the smallest thing, because guys, it's mostly the smallest things that are the most poisonous, because they're so small, you don't even notice them. So let's say I'm in front of the mirror, I'm fine, I'm good, and I catch myself saying, oh, what a horrible, I don't know, line on my face. It's a little thing, you think it's nothing, but it's a negative thing you say about yourself, and it's a habit. So now I catch that thought and say, nope, not even focusing on that, not believing that. It is my face, I love it. If it's something that I can change, let's say, I don't know, it's a pimple, then I would say it will go away, it will pass. If it's like, you know, a line forming, I can say, oh, someday I'll get some Botox, but I basically turn it into something positive. The fourth thing that has helped me love my body way more is getting into my feminine energy. I have a whole video about feminine energy. I will link it somewhere here and down below. I can't even tell you guys how much more beautiful I feel ever since I am really tuning in to my femininity. There is something magical that I can't explain. I promise you, I will make a whole other video what has happened in my life ever since I did that. It's just something that happens to you mentally when you allow yourself to be a woman, that you immediately feel pretty. When you drop those, I need to be a man and conquer everything and all of that, but you allow yourself to be a woman. You know, you calm down, you do things that make you feel feminine. Again, check that video, I explain feminine energy more, but I really, really recommend to you, if you want to feel more beautiful as a woman, if you want to feel good in your body, do the things that make you feel like a woman. And that's the key. You have to have that conversation with yourself. What does make you feel more like a woman? What makes you feel feminine? You know, it can be dancing, it can be wearing a flower dress, you know. it can be honestly anything, but I promise you that once you tap into that feminine energy, the beauty that comes over you is magical. The next thing is understanding that perfectionism is a fake idea that's been sold to us. I've stated many times that I'm a perfectionist. I've been ever since I was little. I think it's very tied to low self-esteem because you want everything to be perfect. You feel like once you are perfect, once everything is perfect, you will be loved, everyone will love you. So it's a very toxic idea. But once you understand that, there's some possibility for you to be free. Before you understand that, it's impossible. This need to be constantly perfect, this need to have everything perfect stems from the idea that you are not enough the way you are. And don't mistake perfectionism with just wanting to be better. That is different. You can improve yourself, and improving yourself is wonderful, but you have to understand that it is fake. Perfectionism does not exist. I used to say so many times in my youth that it does. It's my own version of perfectionism, and I would just hold on tight with that, on that idea. I didn't want to let it go because my whole world view was based on perfectionism. But you have to understand, it's fake, it's fake, it's fake, you guys. You will never be perfect, nor you should be. There's so much beauty. Like, look at nature. Nature is imperfect, and in its imperfections, it's so wonderfully stunning, okay? So don't strive for that. Strive to be better. Don't strive to be perfect. Next is exercising and having a wellness routine. Of course, I had to put something physical in here because the physical is very much tied to your mental. And I will give you an example. For you to see actual results in your body when you're working out, it usually can take some months. But have you ever worked out 7 days in a row, and after those 7 days looked in the mirror and already thought, oh my gosh, you look so stunning. You can see the progress just because you mentally feel good that you've worked out. That's what it's doing. When you're taking care of your body, there are two sides. There's the mental and the physical. Mentally, you just feel better because you know that you put in effort to look good. Okay? Having a wellness routine, having a skincare routine, you're taking care of your body. That is so crucial. And then physically, you actually change. You actually maintain your body. If you eat horribly, if you never work out, of course, there's a big chance you won't feel good about your body because, you're not taking care of your body. You can't even feel good if you're not taking care of your body. It's the habit that makes you feel more powerful, that makes you feel more beautiful. The strength you gain in your muscles, right? All of that. Get into the habit to work out and eat well. There is no magic pill that can allow you not to do that stuff and have that magic pill. It doesn't exist. And the quicker you realize in your life that is the key to looking good, the easier it will be. I kind of learned this at a very young age, and I can tell you that at moments in my life when I wasn't that active, I just didn't feel that good about my body image. But then when I am active, when I go on walks, when I work out, I just feel pretty in my body because it's the mental idea that I'm working my body, I'm building some muscle, I'm keeping my body in shape, and it just makes me feel good. And it's the same with food and skincare and any type of wellness routine. So put that into your life in order to gain that confidence. And the last thing is a bit interesting. It might sound opposite to what I was talking about, but I promise you it will make sense. So the last thing that I do, the habit that I practice, is not tying my confidence to my looks. Now you might think, well, what? The whole video is about how to feel confident in your looks and how to feel beautiful and how to take care of your body and all of that. But I am very conscious about the fact that looks fade. It does not mean you can be stunning and beautiful at any age, but I will age. I will sooner or later, probably later, because I'm very determined, but let's say 90-year-old Ilva probably will not have the same shape, the same skin, the same, like, I will be older. And that's completely normal and that's completely beautiful. But if I spend my whole life tying my value to my looks, when I do get older, I would become very, very depressed and sad. It's okay to care for the way you look. It's actually preferable that you feel confident in your skin and your body. And everything that I said before, it has helped me. But I also try to keep in my mind and remember that my value as a person, everything I am, does not come from the way I look. It comes from my energy. It comes from what I do, what I say, what I bring out to the world. So please, please, please remember that. I know you might feel right now, some of you women, that if you had a certain thing in your body, you would be happy. I know that because I had that mentality, you know, chin or lips or arms or legs or tummy, doesn't matter. And keep on working out if you want to, let's say, lose weight or you want to be in shape. Remember that it's amazing. But also remember that confidence comes from here. It does not come right here. And it's important you start with the mental aspect and then you add the physical and then you add the gym. Because if you don't work on this part, you might get that stomach you dreamed about or get those legs or get those arms, and you will find the next thing and you will compare and you will see other women who have something you don't have, and it's just gonna be a wheel and it's gonna go on forever. So before you work on yourself physically, and I encourage you to do that, first work on this. Work on this, fix this, feel powerful mentally about your body. And then when you add the physical aspect and you work out and you're in shape, you're gonna be unstoppable because you're gonna just feel so confident because everything is about your heart and your brain, okay? Thanks so much, guys, for watching. I hope you found this useful. Let me know down in the comments if there's anything else you want me to know. I love reading your comments. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for being in my life. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for watching. I love you, and have a great day, week, month, year, and bye. I am such a talkative person. Like, it took me so long to say goodbye. Anyways, bye, guys.